Hi guys, a very warm welcome to Oliveboard, and in this very session we will be talking everything which is related to your RBI Grade B examination. First of all, let us talk about the date itself. Exam की date क्या होगी? So guys, exam की date will be roughly around something in the mid of June for your phase 1. For your phase 1, you can take 35 to 40 days gap, and then you'll be having your phase 2, that is, you can say somewhere in July last or something like that. So you have very less time left. You cannot wait for the notification to come and then you can't say that I'll be starting the preparation after that. So certainly you have to start it now. Let's begin with what you have to prepare. So let's first understand what is RBI's examination cycle. So RBI's first examination cycle starts from phase 1, in which there are 4 subjects: English, Quant, Reasoning and General Awareness. In your English comes 30 questions, 30 marks, duration is 25 minutes. If I tell you about this very segment, last 2 years, it was pretty easy. If you are thorough with SBI PO, IBPS PO exam, if you have given them, then you will be finding it pretty easy because it was easy. Quant, 30 questions, 30 marks, 25 minutes. This was tough. At least last year it was tough, and similar pattern you can see in the cutoff as well. Last year की cutoff significantly गिरी थी. क्यों? Quant, Reasoning and GA. English तो आसान था, but Quant was not that easy. Practice. It requires practice. If you are not able to pick, right amount of DI, the right question, if you are not able to target, you will not be able to clear. Next thing, reasoning. If I talk about reasoning, again 60 questions, 60 marks, but the time limit is 45 minutes. That simply means you cannot solve each and every question, and you need not do that as well. The cutoff, the sectional cutoff for this was only 9 marks. So that means if you are able to pick the right question, you will be thorough. You can easily qualify. For your Quant also, the cutoff was 4.5 marks. It is not much. You will be able to get these 4.5 marks if you are able to pick the right question. If you are weak in these 2 segments, Quant or Reasoning. So guys, focus करो तीसरे segment पे, that is your GA portion. GA portion holds the maximum marks, 80 marks, and you are given 25 minutes. Problem lies here. Problem is single sentence based question were being asked last year. Paper थोड़ा सा lengthy था. If you are not practicing, you will not be able to attempt your answer question completely, and if you are not able to attempt your paper completely, if you have not read all the questions, the chances of your qualifying the examination becomes bleak. If I have to roughly tell you, out of these 80 questions, roughly 30 questions were there from your pure GA section, that is your awards, your personalities, your sports, that ways question were being asked. Rest you can say 25 to 30 questions were from your ESI segment, in which reports, government schemes, your indices, various indices, union budget, your economic survey, those questions were asked. Lastly, rest 25 to 30 questions were from your finance section. In your finance section, if I have to tell you, these questions were specifically those from your circulars, your RBI circulars, your SEBI reports, some Nabard related report if at all was there. So certainly this was being asked. I hope you are able to actually find out that which all questions you have to pick one thing. इन दोनों में तो देखो प्रैक्टिस लगेगी. जितनी ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस करोगे, यू विल बी गेटिंग मोर एंड मोर मार्क्स, एंड ऑल्सो आपको कौन सा DI सिलेक्ट करना है वो तभी पता चलेगा जब आप प्रैक्टिस करके जाओगे घर से. नेक्स्ट थिंग, जनरल अवेयरनेस के लिए प्रैक्टिस रीडिंग, बोथ थिंग्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि अगर आपकी रीडिंग की यू आर नॉट गुड एट रीडिंग, यू विल गेट स्ट्रक ओवर हेयर. एंड इंग्लिश लास्ट 2 ईयर से थोड़ी सी डूएबल आ रही है. इट्स नॉट दैट टफ. आई फील इंग्लिश में अगर इवन इफ यू हैव अ मॉडरेट लेवल ऑफ इंग्लिश, यू विल बी फाइंडिंग इट ईजी. a little analysis about the exam regarding the vacancy portion. In 2021, vacancies were a little higher. In 2021, but you can see the aggregate score or the total score for UR category was also higher. So that means paper might be easier. But if you will see in the last 2 years, when the vacancies were more or less same, the aggregate score dropped down significantly, and it's a good drop. If at all, you know, किसी भी competitive exam में roughly 8 to 9 marks का drop, it's a very big chunk. Certainly, this drop shows that paper was tough. One thing, paper was genuinely tough. Quant section was tough. Reasoning was also tough. English was though easier, moderately easier you can say. GA section was also tough. Reason being, time was less, and the questions majorly that were asked were statement based. So longer question, lengthier questions. Now if I have to discuss about the cutoffs, the segment wise cutoff, then for your 2023 exam phase 1, for your unreserved category, the cutoff out of 80 marks were 12, 60 marks for reasoning were 9, English was 4.5, and quant again 4.5. So that means, you know, roughly 15% marks they keep as the cutoff, and that was the case in each one of them. But if I have to tell you the total score, it was only 54.25. That means even if you are not good in quant and reasoning, दिक्कत की बात नहीं है, बस इतना कर लो, क्वांट कर लो और रीजनिंग कर लो, बस थोड़ा बहुत कर लो, इतना कर लो कि क्वालिफाई हो जाए. जो भी लोग डरते हैं क्वांट रीजनिंग से, आरबीआई में इसके मार्क्स जुड़ते नहीं हैं. सो फेज 1 इज जस्ट क्वालिफाइंग, बस इतने नंबर लाने हैं. एंड यू नो 54 मार्क्स यू कैन इवन गेट स्ट्रेट अवे फ्रॉम जीए. तो अगर आपका जीए सेक्शन स्ट्रॉन्ग है, यू विल बी एबल टू क्वालिफाई द एग्जाम. आई होप यू कैन सी दैट. नॉट इवन लास्ट ईयर, इससे पहले वाले किसी भी ईयर में देख लो, आप सिर्फ जीए करके भी क्वालिफाई मतलब जीए की कट ऑफ, अगर आप जीए में अच्छा परफॉर्म करोगे, देन ऑल्सो यू विल बी एबल टू क्वालिफाई दिस एग्जाम. बट ऑब्वियसली क्वांट और रीजनिंग और इंग्लिश में वो जो बेसिक मार्क्स है वो आपको लाने होंगे, एंड दैट्स मस्ट. नेवरदलेस फेज 2 की बात करते हैं. In your phase 2, the cutoff was 169 last year out of 300 marks. 300 marks means paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, each one of them were of 100 marks. So in 100, 100, 100 में से you have to just score 169 marks. Yes, 169 marks. Getting these marks is also tough sometimes, and that you can just see. The final cutoff, that is from your phase 2 as well as your interview stage, that is of 75 marks. So total marks 375. The cutoff was 229. But let's talk about what will be there in your phase 2. In your phase 2, there will be 3 papers. First, economic and social issues, out of which objective and descriptive questions will be asked. 30 questions will be there from your objective portion, which will be of 50 marks, and 6 questions there will be there, which will be of 50 marks. Out of these 6 questions, you have to just attempt 4. That means 15 marker and 10 marker questions is what you have to attempt. 15 marker, there will be 3 questions, 10 marker, again 3 questions. Out of these 3 questions, you have to just attempt 2 questions. Likewise, for 10 marker question, out of these 3 questions, you have to just attempt 2 questions again. So that simply means there is a choice that is given to you. Again, for your objective, 30 minutes will be there, and for your descriptive, 90 minutes will be there. Similar is the case with your finance section as well. Out of the total 6 questions, you have to just attempt 4. That means 2 from 15 marks and 2 from 10 marks. So 15 marks ke 2 questions you have to attempt, you will be given a choice. 10 marks ke again 2 questions you have to attempt, again you will be having a choice. But you have to type it. One thing, be clear with this, लिखना नहीं है, you cannot write, you have to type. कितना type करना है? Then for a 15 marker question, 600 words you need to type, and for a 10 marker question, 400 words is what is the word limit. It's a huge word limit. सो यू कैन नॉट थिंक कि फेज़ 1 के बाद मैं प्रिपेयर करना शुरू कर दूंगा और मैं लिख लूँगा, नहीं, स्पीड चाहिए टाइपिंग के लिए. ये 90 मिनट्स कम पड़ जाएंगे इन सारे वर्ड्स को लिखने के लिए. सो दैट्स वाई स्पीड इज व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड. Paper 2 is your English, in which descriptive 3 questions are being asked, for which you are given 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have already discussed this paper pattern of the objective as well as subjective, but again, if you are not clear with it, then objective portion, which is of 50 marks. For 50 marks, what you have to do is 20 questions will be there 2 marker and 10 questions will be there for 1 mark each. That means 40 marks from here, 10 marks from here. That is how 50 marks is there. Subjective, as I have already told you, you have to just attempt 2 questions from 15 marks and 2 questions from 10 marks. Now, how can you attempt all these things? PYQs is the key. Previous year questions, that is what you need to follow. So, for that you can simply go to Oliveboard's website or the app as well. We have provided there the free the PYQ questions. You can just go and check it out. Now let's see what is the syllabus of ESI. So this is the syllabus. Out of this, I have also discussed in one of the segments that what all questions, previous year questions have been asked. So you can just go to this very class and see PYQs किस तरह से आए हैं. What all questions have been asked from various topics. I have dealt all those topics in great detail in that class. You can just go and look for it. Apart from this, you have to prepare all the schemes and reports which are there in news in last 1 year. Annual survey again 1 year. Current affairs for at least 6 months. Let's suppose if you are starting now and you are not able to complete this 1 year schemes and reports, at least try to cover 6 months. Same is the case of with this, but one thing be very clear about. NFHS, PLFS, census, 15-16 Finance Commission, your multidimensional poverty index, global hunger index, human development report, budget and economic survey. Even if it's 1 year older, you have to cover it. Next, for your current affairs portion, if you are starting it now, if you are not able to go for 6 months, at least try to cover 3 to 4 months. This is bare minimum. You must go with the exam with this much of preparation at least. Now guys, if you are not able to understand this, one attempt is a very big attempt. इसको waste नहीं करना, because एक पूरा साल निकल जाएगा अगले attempt को आने में. So therefore, you can go with a 75-day program, a mentorship program, where you will be provided with personalized mentorship. In our courses, we not only go for just the topic, we also discuss various MCQs. We have specialized answer writing sessions, so therefore you can get help from that as well. Next thing, coming back to the paper 2 of your phase 2, that is English. In your English, there will be 3 questions, as I have told. You will be given 1.5 hour. One question will be there from Presse writing, one from RC, that is comprehension, and one will be your essay. You will be provided with 4 essays, out of which you have to just attempt 1. In this 4 essay, if you look at your PYQ questions, you will see that one essay is from your ESI part, that is it will be related to some social issue. One essay will be there from management related topic. One will be current affair based question, some essay which is related to some current topic, and one can be some other topic. That is clear. So that simply means in your English, if you have to develop good skills, practice is the key one thing. Next thing, मैनेजमेंट और ESI को थोड़ा सा स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो, सो दैट क्योंकि हम लोगों को आदत नहीं है रफली 2000 वर्ड्स लिखने की. There can be chances that you'll be falling short of words. So for that, it is very important that you are thorough with economic and social issues, because this is a pretty easy domain where you can fetch more marks, because आपको social issues के बारे में ज़्यादातर पता ही होता है. It's just that the knowledge that you have, it's scattered. You have to just organize it. And for knowing how to organize your answers, practice is must. And that's why answer writing, not only answer writing, but after writing, getting them checked. After writing, getting them checked will also help you in preparing for this very examination. So for getting them checked, you can either get it checked by any of your mentor that you are following, or you can join our course. We'll be there to helping you out. That's there. Next thing. From your finance section, you can just go through the topics that are there. There were some changes that were made in the last year, and because of that changes, this accounting segment was being added. Last year, because the syllabus was just changed, the accounting thing, the question that was asked was very easy. Certainly in this very year, you can find a tough question from this end as well. So therefore, be prepared with this segment. And one more thing, since calculators are not allowed, I don't feel that they'll be giving you a very tough question for calculation thing, because calculators are not allowed. So even if the question is there, it will be a more approach based rather than calculative. So that's the key. Next is your management. In your management syllabus, if I have to tell you one key thing, whatever topics are written, just prepare 400 to 600 words on each of these topics that are written over here. Because in last 3-4 years, whatever RBI is asking is, RBI is just picking up topics from here and just framing the question. So, it's not changing a lot when it comes to your management. Yes, objective portion will require a lot of practice, because in your objective portion from when it comes to your management, it is, applied management that is being asked. But in your descriptive portion, they are straight away asking to write about 5 model of personality, the question that came in the last year. They are straight away asking you to write about communication. So, a 15-marker question was there, which was asking you to write about your communication thing. And likewise, the questions have been asked previously on Herzberg's 2-factor theory, your room's expectancy theory. Certainly, these questions have been there. So, what you can do is, whatever questions, whatever topics are being written over here, if you are preparing, self-preparation mode you are into, then try to cover each and every topic that are written in the syllabus itself. That's it. For descriptive portion, management is the easiest, you can say, domain. Why? Whatever is written, the question is being asked like that only. So there was also a question on corporate governance. So whatever question is the topic is written over here, like on communication, full-blown 15-marker question was there. Certainly they are not changing much. So whatever you can solve it, or you can say management is very easy with respect to your descriptive portion. Now, how to prepare? Guys, you cannot wait for phase 1 to end and then you will think that I'll start with phase 2. Let me tell you why. I have told this multiple times as well. Phase 1 और phase 2 के बीच में there will be around 35 to 40 odd days. Phase 1 देकर आओगे, उसके बाद you will be having, let's say, 40 days. If you are having just 40 days, in those 40 days, after phase 1, there will be, the result will roughly come around 15 days, after 15 days. On 15 दिन में you will not be able to study much. So that's why I am saying prepare for both the stages simultaneously. And in fact, for interview as well, it's very important that you make your personality such from day 1 and not wait for clearing phase 2 and then you will be preparing for interview. Because after all, RBI is a big exam. It's not like, a banking sector exam, other banking sector exam. So that's why, that's all from my side. अगर इससे इस RBI preparation से related, if you have any more question, you can ask me in the comment section. आप चाहते हो कुछ और किसी और तरीके की session लाना, then also you can tell us. Thank you and have a nice day.